Alright, the power has been restored to my home, so with the storms past and some of the cleanup being underway, decided to get a game in. So back to it, and we are going to continue the campaign Dead Cold Revenge, and I am on Act 2, which is Final Peace. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that I am Gem in this setup, so I had to rebuild her deck from the beginning. And because I made the mistakes of leveling up last time, I had to go back and watch the video and see what cards I was able to take and rebuild the 5 that I carried over according to the campaign rules. I chose the Ballista that I ended with, my Dimension Door and Fly spells, and my Golden Bow artifact. Pathfinding came from the fact that I was incorrectly leveling up and taking these instead of ability cards, so I drew a random ability card and added it. So this will be my deck for this one, starting off. Alright, I believe I am set up to go. This is going to be Act 2, Final Peace. I've got my Might and Magic deck set up and shuffled. I'm ready to go. The buildings I start with are my Bronze tier, my Silver tier, and my Citadel. Okay, so beginning round 1. One last service. You are sitting in your tent, lit only by a dim magical light. Being a druid, you would never waste your power for such frivolities such as bright illumination. Power should be conserved for a greater cause. Your quill scratches the parchment as you write another letter to Clancy, one of your ranger friends, partly to inform him about all the useful information, partly to just gather your own thoughts. When I went to tell Lord Fayette about Sandro tricking me, I learned that while I was away on a quest, he left on a mission into Deya and has not yet returned. So I scryed for him and discovered his mission had gone horribly wrong. He had been killed by the necromancers and, the trembling of your hand forces you to pause. In an attempt to control the agitation, you grip the quill stronger and press on with the sentence. And resurrected as a death knight. You put so much emphasis in the exclamation mark that you literally stab the letter, poking a hole in it. You take a deep breath. No matter. Curse all necromancers! You vent your frustration a moment later. There is one last service I can do for my lord. We have slipped over the border and into a no-man's land between Avlee and Deya. From here, we will build our forces and push into Deya itself. I will grant his soul final peace by destroying the undead body, chaining it to this world. I owe him that much. Okay, round 1 being the resource round. No income because it is the first round of the game. I have Knowledge, Ballista, Magic Arrow, and First Aid. I will play my Ballista right away. And seeing as it is the first round and the fights are going to be relatively weak, I will spend 10 and get my secondary hero, which, yes, can't occupy the same space as someone, but let's, I have to set this up differently. I have to rotate this because it can't have blocked spots. Okay, so we'll start off here. Buy my secondary hero. What else can I do with my recruit town action? Because I chose 8 extra gold as my starting. I have silver and a citadel. I am going to pay 7 and upgrade my elves to a pack. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gold left. I will pay 6, 7, 8 and buy some dendroids. And I've only got 4 gold left. Can't do anything else there. Okay. Now I'm going to spend a movement point with my primary hero, which is not that one. My primary hero is going to go here. It's a level 1 encounter on normal difficulty, so 1 bronze tier unit. Let's just make this quick here. We'll get centaurs, dendroids, my ballista, and we are going to face elves. Okay. Well, I have 7 initiative to their 6, so I will go first. And that is going to be, at the beginning of each combat round, deal 1 damage to the enemy with the lowest initiative, so the elves are going to take a wound. I had to prep my wound markers. My elves are going to shoot backline to backline. So, 0. That's going to be 3 to their defensive 1 is 2 damage. Elves are done. Alright. Okay, and that was treasure die. Oh, I receive an experience point from that. And artifact. I will search the artifact deck twice. Alright. Buckler of the Knoll King. Instant, +2 defense, or ongoing until the end of combat. This unit suffers -1 attack to a minimum of 0, or instant +1 defense. Why would I do that to my own guys? Give them -1 attack. Oh, that's an instant +2 defense and an ongoing effect. That's dumb. Okay, Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment. Gain an expert ability or draw 2 cards. I will be taking this. You spy a gleaming object poking up out of the ground. You send a member of your party over to investigate. He comes back with a golden helmet in his hands. You realize that it must be the Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment, the only helm ever rumored to be made from solid gold. Or the flavor text on this piece of trash. A stone statue of a warrior holds a silver shield. As you remove the shield, the statue crumbles into dust, just like your units would if you lower their attack. Lame. As a little kid, I couldn't really remember the name of this thing, so I always called it the Silver Pizza. Alright. And that is going to be a visited mark. Movement point number 2 is I'm going to go to this mine. I'll just leave this set up as is. Another bronze tier unit. Griffins. And they have an initiative of 8. So, at the beginning of each combat round, deal 1 damage to the enemy with the lowest initiative. They go here. And it is going to attack my dendroids at -1. So 2 against defense of 2, nothing. Dendroids retaliate. At 0, 4, boom. Instant death to you. Alright. That is going to be another experience point. I am now level 2 and it can do an expert level ability. And we will do a movement point to go up here. Movement point here to go here, and a movement point to discover up here, which we will leave just like that. Not too bad. Alright, that is the end of round 1. But before I start round 2, I must recall that at level 2 I searched the ability deck. I do not want tactics, so let's see what I can choose. I can choose luck. Ongoing, you can reroll a treasure die and a resource die once during this turn. Or expert, you can reroll any die once during this turn. Or air magic. Ongoing, like a permanent, +1 spells from School of Air Magic. When casting from the School of Air, you can discard this card, then gain +3. I think that I will take air magic. Alright, round 2 is an astrologer's round. And astrologers proclaim Week of the 40 Thieves. Until the next astrologer's round, whenever a player is about to draw an event card, they draw 2 cards instead. One, choose one to resolve, and put the other on the bottom of the event deck. As I walk through the lands of the shadow of death, I look back on my deeds and realize there's not much left. You better watch what you've been talking and where you're walking, or you and your army might be covered with the rust dragon's spit. There was no word "the" in there. So this is for the battlefield expansion, so this is pretty much a dead card for this. I'm going to redraw and do a different astrologer's round. So instead, astrologers actually proclaim it Week of The Charlie and his Circus. At the beginning of this round, and the next one, each player can draw up to 3 cards from any neutral unit's deck and recruit one of them. The players must still pay gold in the recruitment cost and have the corresponding dwelling in their towns. Shuffle the remaining cards back into their respective decks afterward. Hi ho, hero, don't you want a balloon? I, hero, am Charlie, the dancing clown. There are orcs, trolls, and all sorts of surprises down here. And balloons, too, all colors. It's weird. I don't quite have the gold. I've only got 4 gold, so it's not worth searching. I'm over my hand limit, so I'll discard knowledge. Alright, refreshing this. Refreshing my recruit token. And we ride once more. I will spend a movement point to go here, rolling the resource die. 4 building materials. I also forgot to claim my mine after that combat. Alright, income adjusted, first flag, prize gained. This is going to be visited. We will do an exploration up here. And let's do this. Let's put it right here. And we'll spend a movement point to go in here, which is going to be a level 3 encounter, 2 bronze, and a silver. I will just leave my guys set up as is, and we will face boars, elves, and magi. Oh, great. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. I will spend this as an instant to draw 2 cards. Okay. This is all schools of magic, so you can discard this card and gain 3 power. I will discard this card to gain 3 spell power and cast this at 3 damage, and I will do it to the elves, eliminating them. Okay. And wait, I had 7 to a 6 and a 6. Okay, so I would be first. And the enemy unit with the lowest initiative, 6, 6, and 6. So I will choose the Magi to receive the damage from the ballista. And during this combat, your archer units ignore the combat penalty, or I'll do this as an instant. My elves will get +2 attack. So they will attack the Magi at a combat penalty, backline to backline. I have to take the -1. So 3, 4, 5, 4 against 0. That's enough to kill them. Okay. That is going to be an activation on my elves. 3, 3, and 6. My centaur can still go. And 1, 2, 3. We will attack the boars. At 0. 2 against a defensive 0 is 2. Boars retaliate. At +1. 3 against defensive 0. They are eliminated. Alright. That's a retaliation from the boars. The boars have a 6. So they will go here. Attack the dendroids. -1. I have a defensive 2 against their 1. Nothing. Retaliate. At -1. 3 against defensive 0. Nothing. So that was risky of me because I realized I used my last movement point to go here. However, it was a combat level higher than me, so I get 2, and I go up to level 3. Hand limit is now 5. I flag this valuables mine, which will produce an income right away and increase my valuables income. Alright, and then I will spend a movement point to discover this tile with the secondary hero, which we will do like that. And then I will spend a movement point to go up here with that one. I can't build, or I don't want to recruit those centaurs again, so I will just end my turn. And again, before I start round 3, I leveled up to level 3, so I searched the ability deck. I don't want luck, so let's see what I can get. Earth magic. Maybe. Or air magic. I'll take air magic again. Okay, it's going to be round 3, and this is going to be a resource round. So I get my income of 15 gold, 2 building materials, and 1 valuable. And at the beginning of this round and the next one, each player can draw up to 3 cards from any neutral unit deck and recruit 1 of them. So let's see what I can do. I could hire Magi, Nomads, or Nomads. Attack of 3. I'll take the Magi. They can go to my army now. And that is it. That costs me 11 gold. So I've got 10, 11. My hand limit is now 5. Okay, Dimension Door. An air magic spell. Just what I wanted. Up to 3 fields. Alright, refresh my movement points. And we'll start off with this hero here. We'll go here, and I will choose 1 valuable as my prize from the Leprechaun. Okay. That's there, and then we will visit here and choose a fight. Okay, so let's set up armies. Ignores combat penalty. We'll put elves there, dendroids here, dwarves here. And it's level 3. Again, 2 bronze and 1 silver tier. So we will do zombies, harpies, highest initiative like that, and dendroids. Okay. Alright, and I can't use any cards because this is my secondary hero, so let's go 6, 7, 3, and 3. Alright, 8. Harpies will go first. Harpies will attack the dendroids at -1, puts them at 1 against a defense of 2, nothing. Dendroids retaliate. At +1, 5 against a defense of 0 is a dead harpy. Okay, and that's a retaliation from the dendroids. We will do elves next. No combat penalty. We will shoot at the zombies at -1, so 2 against a defense of 0 is 2, and on a -1, the elves roll again. That's 0. So they get a +1 to their defense. So 3, 2 more, they're dead. Alright. That's an activation on the elves. Magi have a initiative of 6. So it's a backline to frontline, and they also have ignore combat penalties anyway. +1, 4 against defense of 2. It's 2 damage. Alright, and now 3. We will go 1, 2, 3. My dendroids are going to attack at 0. 4, that's 2 more damage. They retaliate at 0. That's 1 damage to my dendroid. Okay, and we will do an activation on those dendroids. Okay, and I forgot to do my ballista, which I don't know if it goes for the secondary hero. I gotta look that up. Alright, so I looked it up, and I couldn't find a clear answer on it. In the permanent cards section, it just says it stays out in front of you and is out and played until another card replaces it. And on secondary hero, the rules are you cannot play from your hand or Might and Magic deck. So since this card is already in play for me and out, I consider it part of my army, and I'm going to take the shot from the ballista. I asked the question on Board Game Geek to be corrected or not, so we'll see. Anyway, dwarves are going to attack, and that's +1, 3 against defensive 2 is 1 damage. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. He is dead. Alright, that's that combat. I get no rewards from it because this was my secondary hero. Any rewards I do get from the world map will go to my main hero. Let's see what it was. It was a mine. Okay. 3, 4, 5 gold from production right away. Production goes up and flagged. Okay, continuing on. We will do movement point here. Go here and get an artifact. Option 1. Inexhaustible card of ore, ongoing. At the beginning of each resource round, gain 1, or like permanent, gain 1 building material. Or remove this card and get 3 building material. Or Spirit of Oppression. During this combat, neither player can use morale token or 1 spell power. Well, inexhaustible card of ore it is. You found a goblin weapon smithy making weapons for use against humans. With a tremendous yell, you and your army descend upon their camp and drive them away. A search finds a magic cart that never runs out of ore. Or, walking through the ruins of an ancient walled city, you find an instrument of the city's destruction, the Spirit of Oppression. I am going to use this as an instant and gain 3 building material. It's removed, so it's out of the game completely and back in the box, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. Alright, and continuing on, that is now visited. We will go movement point here, and I search the ability deck. I think, yeah, I can look at the top card of the ability deck. Don't be another magic. Ugh, water magic. I don't want it. I'll put it in the discard pile. Well, not everything can be great. And we'll spend our last movement point to go there. I don't want to buy any other war machine. I'll keep the ballista. Okay. That is going to be the round. After, let's see what I can do. It's going to be an astrologer's round next. So, what? Cliff behind the glade. 10, 9, and 4. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gold. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I want to do that now? No. I actually want the city hall. All that for nothing. Okay, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6 to build the city hall. I want those bonuses when comes time for a resource round. And I think I'm alright now because I won't be doing any level 4 encounters with my main hero. Secondary hero maybe, but we'll see. Okay, that's the end of round 3. And that was my build token. Fond memories. From outside your tent, you catch the calm crackling of campfires. The wind is whispering its nocturnal secrets, and buzzing insects busy themselves with leftover food. Yet you are still in your tent. A quill hanging over a sheet of paper in one hand, and a letter in the other, a tear-stained letter. From the late Lord Fayette's wife. I received a message from Lord Fayette's wife today. you start your report to Clancy. She told me she had discovered the purpose of her husband's secret mission. Apparently, he was trying to discover information about what happened to his neighbor, Lord Fallarel. Lord Fallarel was found dead by a ranger named Gelu, but the corpse was that of a vampire. It's unclear what happened. Had Fallarel been replaced by the vampire? Was the real Fallarel captured and turned into a vampire? Or was something else going on? And who killed the vampire? While you're scribing, you hear some elven voices passing outside. These blue spots around her eyes must mean something. But war paint? She doesn't strike me as a warrior. You can never tell. There are all types, druids. You catch the last fragments as they walk by. Maybe if times were different, we could all laugh about it, you whisper to yourself. I would tell you how I magicked my face that way in a ceremony honoring something small creature had done for me, which in my case was when raccoons washed my food in the water. Merely part of being a druid. Would you laugh? Would you be disappointed? Then I would get angry at you and pout while saying how the raccoon's gesture may not have been a monumental gift, but I treasure the memory. The image summons a faint smile to your lips. You glance back at the report and hear yourself whispering again. One other question. Why was a day in Border Lord willing to talk to Lord Fade about this? And now, astrologers proclaim, Week of the Crazy Wizard. Until the next astrologer's round, the first spell card played by each player is returned to the player's hand instead of being discarded. Ooh. Okay. I'm a flying pixie. Fly, fly. Excuse me, Mr. Wizard. Can you help us? We need to go to Avlee. Sorry, kiddo. I don't do such stuff anymore. How about a hug? That's the best kind of magic there is. Don't understand that reference. Flipping these back over. Flip my build token back. I'm going to discard first aid. I'm going to discard defense. And I am going to draw magic arrow and defense. Okay. So, first, we will do with the primary hero. We'll go here, and I will choose 2 gold as my bonus from the leprechaun. Okay, that is visited. I will now, as an expert, let's see, I can do 1 expert level thing. As an expert level, I will cast this. When casting spells from the School of Air, you can discard this card, then gain +3 spell power. I will discard this card. I will cast Dimension Door, and I will use this as an instant for +1 spell power. And that will put me up to 4, so I can move up to 3 fields away. And we will do that 1, 2, 3, putting me back there. That ought to save some time. That was like getting a whole round back that I wasted walking around up there. And this turn, your hero can move through fields with neutral units and enemy heroes, but if they end their movement in one of these fields, combat begins. Not great. And we will go here, and as another movement point, we will go here, and the Redwood Forest, we will discover this. We'll put it just like that. Alright, movement point number 1. We will go here, getting a positive morale token for my hero. And we will spend a movement point to discover here, which we will do like that. Alright, that was round 4. I don't want to build anything. Maybe. Mystic Pond is 7 gold. 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough. Alright, it is a resource round, so 20 gold from income, 7 from my city hall, 2 building materials, and 1 valuable. Alright, we will add those to the pile. And we will flip over my movements. All my tokens are flipped. I've got 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's begin. We're going to spend a movement point to go here and get +3 gold. So that is visited. We will spend a movement point to go here and visit the obelisk. One scheme after another. You meet up with Clancy, who went ahead to scout the area. After telling you the safest route he has found, he also mentions one of his people having seen a large army of necromancers going underground. They were clearly guarding someone, but it was impossible to say who it was. As it turns out that even in Dea, there are a few residents who cannot be undead. Clancy's scouts made contact with some yesterday. They had some interesting news. The local Daean border lord was assassinated recently. He was apparently killed on the same day as Lord Fayed. The interesting part is that people questioned by the scouts believe another Daean lord assassinated the border lord. He looks at you meaningfully. With all these new pieces of information, it becomes obvious that you have barely scratched the surface of a much bigger scheme. Defeating Lord Fayed may not be enough to stop whatever is brewing. Discover one of the Necropolis near tiles, then discover both dungeon near tiles. So we'll discover this. We'll keep that lame-o sanctuary way over there. And we'll keep that one with the block down there to give me options of going in. Same with this one, whenever I get over there somehow. Alright, I'm going to build my gold tier structure with 20 gold, 9 building materials, and 4 valuables. I have a 20 gold coin, so I'll put that there, get 10 back. And that is going to be the cliff behind the glade. Can now recruit gold tier units, of which I don't think I can get any just yet, because I need 22 gold and a valuable. Maybe. Gold dragons. 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. There's a 3, so there's 22 gold and a valuable. I need 1 gold back. I'll buy gold dragons. Yeah, let's get those in the army quickly. Okay, now for this turn, we will spend a movement point to go here. It's a level 4 encounter. So that is going to be 1 bronze, 2 silver. Let me set up my units. We'll do elves. You know what? Let's negate the chance of a combat penalty. We'll do magi. Dwarves can stay over by them. Alright, a bronze and 2 silver. I will be facing lizard men, minotaurs, and basilisks. Okay, with an initiative of 10, I am first, not forgetting my ballista this time. 5, we'll do it on, yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, what can I do here? Not much for cards in combat this time. So I am going to start with my gold dragons and go here. Attack 2 spaces in a line. The first attack resolves normally, and the second attack has 2 attack. Okay. So, -1. That's going to be 4 against defensive 2. So it's 2 damage. And then I don't think that it gets a roll. Maybe it does. We will just say it does not. Okay, so there's that. Gold dragons. Minotaurs retaliate. At -1, 2 against defensive 3. Nothing. That's retaliation. My elves have a 7. So we are going to attack the basilisks. At 3 against defensive 1. Puts him at 2 damage. Okay, that is an activation from the elves. 3, 3, and 6. 5 and 5, 7. Okay, minotaurs are going to attack the gold dragons at -1. Again, doing nothing to them. Gold dragon's going to retaliate at -1. 4 against that. That's defense 2. They are fried. So that's a retaliation from the gold dragons. Magi are going to go. We are going to shoot the lizard men. At +1, 4 against defensive 0. Nothing. And basilisks are going to activate and go here and attack the dendroids because they try to kill their own tier first. At 5 against defense of 2 is 3 damage to the dendroids. Dendroids retaliate. +1, 5, 4 more damage. Basilisks down. After each attack, roll 1 attack die on a 0. The target. Hold on. They would be paralyzed, so they are not dead. Okay. That's an activation from the basilisks, which had, I believe, 2. I have to go back and look. They had 3 wounds. Okay, so dendroids, or dwarves. Can the dwarves even kill them? That'd be 4. Not worth it. I'm just going to defend as the... No, I would have to... Okay. This is lame. I don't want that. I can't wake these guys up. Well, I'm going to have to spend a movement point to keep this combat going. Should have killed the basilisks. Unless 3 gets 2. Okay, well, unless I get a +1, these guys are dead. So, it's +1. Okay, so 2 more damage, then the basilisks go. Okay, that's better. I do not have to spend a movement point. Okay, cleaning this battle up. Alright, and I rolled a 2 treasure die and take 1 result. First, that was a level 4 encounter, so I go up by 1. Oh, it was higher level than me. I'm only level 3, so I go up by 2. Sweet. I'm now level 4, which means I get my second specialty card. Move 2 wounds from one of your units. Now, for specialty as first aid, I might as well try it. I can't just rely on this ballista forever. Might have been a dumb move, but let's use that as an instant to get a first aid tent at no cost, which I will immediately play. Once during each combat round, remove 1 wound from your units. Okay. Now, 2 treasure die, take the lower result. Okay, the artifact, or the artifact. I don't want the Spirit of Oppression, so again, let's search the artifact deck. Mystic Orb of Mana, search for your discard pile, or only if your discard pile is empty, draw 2 cards. Orb of Vulnerability. During this combat, negate all units' special abilities related to magic or +2 spell power as an instant. You meet an old wizard friend of yours traveling in an opposite direction. He presents you with a gift, an orb that allows nearby magic-resistant creatures to be harmed by magic. Or, you come upon a caravan of gypsies. They call you forward and say, if you prove that you can dance the Runa Buta, we will reward you. You don't know it, but try anyway. They laugh hysterically, but admire your bravery, giving you a strange orb. I will take the Orb of Vulnerability. And a second movement point, I am going to go here and try and capture this mine. It's a level 5 encounter, so it's going to be a gold, 2 silver, and a bronze. Alright. Set these guys up again. Let's do elves in the back, dendroids, gold. I don't want to lose my elves. Okay. A bronze is going to be halberdiers, mummies, zealots, and wyverns. Okay. After the attack, roll 1 attack die on a 0 result. Deal 1 wound. Ugh. Alright, let's begin with 10 initiative. Gold dragons are going to go first. And we are going to attack. 5. -1 is 4. 3 damage to them. Okay, and then 2 damage to the zealots. I think it is a second. It says attack 2 spaces. So the second attack is 2 +0, so 2. Alright, and That's an activation from them. Wyverns retaliate. -1. So 3 against defense of 3, nothing. That's retaliation. They have an initiative of 8, so they are next. Attacking the gold dragons. At -1. Again, nothing. Gold dragons retaliate. At +1. So 6, 5 damage. Done. Wyverns are out. Okay, and that's a retaliation from the gold dragons. We have 7, 5, 5. Okay. Elves are going to attack the zealots. Penalty. I have to take the -1, but I get a second attack, so 2 against defense of 0 is that. So another attack at +1. 4 against defense of 0 equals dead zealots. That's an activation. Magi, 6, 5, 5. Okay, we are going to attack the mummy with the Magi. At -1, 2 against defense of that does 1. Lame. Okay, mummy are going to activate. They attack same tier. Ignore the result of the attack die whenever this unit is attacked. Okay, so they just do 3 against defense of 2 is 1. Retaliate. Whenever this unit is attacked, set your opponent's attack die to -1. That is retaliation attack. So 3 is 2 damage. That's retaliation from the dendroids. Activation for the mummies. And we are going to now, halberdiers are going to go and attack the dwarves. At -1, 1 against defense of 1 is nothing. Treat allied adjacent units as if they had a defense token. Okay. Well, dwarves are going to retaliate. At -1, 1 against defense of 0. Boit. Okay. So that is retaliation from the dwarves. And activation from the halberdiers. Dwarves are going to attack the halberdiers. At +1, 3 against defense of 0 equals enough to kill them. Alright. Dendroids are going to activate. And they are going to attack the mummies. Setting their attack die to -1. 3, 2 more damage. That's enough to kill the mummies. And I do not have to do a movement point to end this, or to keep this combat going. So, fantastic. So, first off, that was a level 5 encounter, and I am level 4, so I get 2 experience points, leveling up to level 5, which means my hand limit is now 6, and I can search the ability deck twice. So I can choose between intelligence during combat. Before any unit activates, play a spell card. You can still only play 1 spell card, or during combat, play a spell card. This spell does not count towards your spell limit. Or armorer. Ooh, yeah, armorer. Nothing bad ever comes from drawing cards. Well, usually. Alright, and I flagged this mine for the first time, giving myself 5 gold. Come on, there's got to be another 1 in here. There we go. 5 gold, and we increase my income by 1. And then for our final movement point, what do I got here? I could get to that tree. Let's see. With my last movement, I'm going to go to the trading post. And I will trade... Unicorns only require 1 valuable. I'll trade a valuable for 3 gold. Alright, and I believe that that is the end of the round. Round 6 is an astrologer's round. Astrologers proclaim weak the unexpected reinforcements. Each player can immediately search the neutral units deck and recruit 1 unit associated with their faction for free. Each player still needs to have the corresponding dwelling in their town. I'm going to go for gold dragons, I think. Yep, my lord, my lady, we're at your command. Let's take a look. So, there were no gold tier neutral gold dragons, so I took unicorns, because they're free. Refresh my movement tokens. I am going to discard defense. I'm going to discard knowledge. I'm going to discard first aid. And I am going to, as one of my 2 expert level things... No, why would I do that? That would be dumb. Okay. So 3... Yeah, I'll keep pathfinding. Okay. 4. That's power. I gotta shuffle up. Okay. Shuffle for air magic. Alright. Regular unicorns cost me 11. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I want to do that, or do I want to upgrade some units? I am level 5 now, so... Yeah. We'll go here, spend this, or go there. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gold to get 2 experience points, which puts me up to level 6. Did I search the ability deck when I went to level 5? Did I search the ability deck when I went to level 5? Yes, Armorer. Anyway, I am now level 6, which means I get my 3rd specialty card to my deck, and I can play 3 expert cards per round. For this combat, double your first aid tense effect. Alright, now let's see what the secondary hero can do. We will go here. This is a level 5 encounter, so it flees in terror. So I will flag it. I will increase my valuables production by 1. And then I will also go to... Well, I can't yet. This obelisk was visited. Main hero. Let's fly. So use this as an instant for +2 spell power. Use this as an instant for +2 spell power, which means I can fly, so I get +2 movement this turn. So we will just add this and not flip it. So 1, 2, that's visited. And I already have a positive morale token, so nothing. That's visited. So now my my extra movement point is gone. I did 1, 2. We will go here for 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we will do secondary hero. We'll go here. Then we will use this as an instant +1 defense and draw a card. Maybe you can only use that in combat. So no, I can't. I should have discarded pathfinding. Air magic and first aid. Anyway, I've got 1 movement point left. So we will go here. This is a level 4 encounter, so they flee. So I will search the spell deck. And that is going to be blind. Place a paralysis token on the affected unit. Fireball. Yep. This is going to be round 7, a resource round. I did not meet an event that is going to make my upcoming battle worse. So I did not get to read the section yet. And it says if I did not read that section, there's going to be a few Dread Knights in the upcoming battle. So, flipping over my tokens, I dawdled. It was too slow. But it is round 7, resource round. My income being City Hall, 7 gold, 25 gold income, 2 building materials, and 2 valuables. So, plop that down. And let's see what we can do here. I'm going to pause this while I look over this, but I might be going to the trading post to get some resources to reinforce some dragons. First, I'm going to discard pathfinding and keep that, and we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. Yes, I will be spending a movement point to go. I think I was here, but I will go here, back up to the trading post, sell a valuable for 3 gold. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to buy me some unicorns, which I'm going to put in my army and take the dendroids out. Well, they're still available, but I'm not going to use them. Alright, because I have dendroids and dwarves available. These things are dead and not purchased. Then I will spend 30 gold and 2 valuables to reinforce my gold dragons. Now I think I got a pretty decent army. Okay. I'll spend a movement point to discover here. You know, let's just... Should have kept that pathfinding. We'll go here. It's a level 1 encounter, so I flag that mine, and I get my building material income right away from it, not from my actual resource stack. That'll go up. Now this guy appears here because of the event. That's Lord Fayette's guards. So I will spend a movement point and rush in to defeat them. To face them, and to defeat them becomes defeat them. Alright, I'm now ready for battle, and last time I set my dragons upon the obstacles because the rules said they ignore obstacles, but that wasn't right. So I will not be doing that this time. However, with an initiative of 10, I will be going first, and I will cast a fireball. Select 2 adjacent spaces, deal damage to units in these spaces. I'll cast it at a level 0, and then... No, I won't yet. I'll save it. I'm going to activate my dragons. I have to use an attack to destroy a wall, so that's an activation. Vampires have an initiative of 9, so they are next, and +1 attack for them for this round, or this activation. So as an instant, I'm going to give my dragons +2 armor and draw a card. Vampires at an attack of 6, +1, 7, and that's 3, 4, 5, so 2 damage to my dragons. They do not retaliate because the vampires are lame. And we will now, that's 9, 7, 7, 7. Dread Knights have a 7. Instead of discarding the spell card, take it back into your hand. Alright, yeah, I will cast Fireball now, and I will do 1 damage to these 2 spaces, and then might as well use Knowledge and put it back into my hand. Okay, not great, not good though. And they've got 10 health. They should be alright. As an instant, my unicorns are activating, so I'm going to use this. For combat, double your first aid tense effect. So let's see here. I will attack with my unicorns. I will attack both walls. It's probably a waste of initiative, but I can draw the enemy in a little bit. My elves are initiative 7. They are going to attack the Dread Knights. No, Liches. Alright, I got to take a -1. So 2 against defensive 1 is 1. However, the elves get to attack again at a penalty 0. So 3, 2 more damage, 3 damage to the liches. That's going to be an activation on the elves. Dread Knights are going to activate, and they're going to go here and attack the unicorns. When retaliating after this attack, the enemy rolls 2 attack dice and takes the fewer result. And they have +1 defense for the retaliation. So 4 against that is going to be 3 damage. I'm going to retaliate at a -1. So 4 against defensive 3 does 1 damage. I'm going to use the first aid tent before my Magi go to reduce that to 1. Okay. Now, Magi are going to go, and they're going to shoot at the liches. No combat penalty. 0, 3, 2 more damage. That's going to be 5. They are dead. Okay, liches are out. Activation from the Magi. 5 skeletons are going to go here and attack these unicorns. 3 against defensive 1. It's 2. Unicorns retaliate. Oh, that's a retaliation attack. This target is paralyzed, so they are paralyzed. Okay. 0. 5 against defensive 1 is 4 damage. That would be 1 to carry 1, and 2 carry over. They are dead as well. It's a retaliation from them. Zombies are going to go, and they are going to attack at -1. 1 damage, 1 defense, nothing. The skeletons got 1 more attack, and then defense of zombies, so nothing. When this unit is about to be attacked, it gains. Okay. So it's going to save that until next time. New round. Alright. I am going to cast this as an instant. It's not casting. I'm going to use that as an instant and remove 2 from them. And then for the first aid tent on this round, I'll remove 2 from my dragons. And now dragons are going to attack vampires. Well, first off, let's use the fireball again and do 1 damage to this space and this space. So that's going to be 3 on the Dread Knights. I believe that unparalyzes them because they receive damage. Yes, he takes damage, so he's unparalyzed. Anyway, Gold Dragon's going to attack vampires. -1. So 5 against defensive 1 is 4 damage. Oh, that's good. So 3 more would put them to few, and 1 carries over. Alright, and they are going to retaliate at -1. 3 against defensive 3 is nothing. Gold Dragons are done. Elves are going to shoot backline to front line. If the target is non-adjacent unit, a -1 or 0 roll again. Okay, so they're going to attack the Dread Knights at +1. It's going to be 4 against defensive 2. 2 damage. Elves activated. Unicorns are going to attack the Dread Knights. 5 against defensive 2 is going to be Dead Knights. Okay. That's an activation. And the reason I don't have to spend movement points, which I don't have to continue this combat, is this is considered like an enemy hero. So, combat continues. Okay. 6. I still have another 7. Let's attack the zombies. Reduce any wounds from magic dealt to this. Not happening. At +1, I believe that they ignore that. On a 0 or +1, they gain a defense. So 5 against a defensive 2, 3 is 2 damage. They lose this card now. And that's an activation. They retaliate at -1. 2 -1 against defensive 1 is 1. Nothing. Magi are going to attack the vampires at +1. So 4. 3 more damage. Vampires are dead. That's an activation. That's all my units. Zombies are going to activate at +1 attack. So 3 against defensive 1 is 2 damage. And that is going to be a retaliation from my unicorns at +1. 6, 5 damage. And they had, I think they had 2. Yeah, they had 2. So 1 more and 4 carries over. That's enough to kill them. Alright. There we go. I think I did everything correct, too, in that battle. Old friends. You utter your last prayers as your men finish burying the last of the vanquished dead. Maybe now they can find some peace, you mutter yourself, trying to shake off the dreadful feeling that has been haunting you since earlier during the battle. The enemy troops. They all used to be part of Lord Fate's army, his personal guards. A few of them you've even counted among your friends. Freeing their souls from under these foul necromantic spells brings you some consolation. Not much, though. Whoever did this is still out there, free to commit more atrocities. This must stop, you vow angrily, fixing your gaze at the horizon to the east. From now on, when you enter an obelisk field on an Necropolis near map tile, you are teleported to the obelisk dungeon near tile. At the same time, when you enter an obelisk field on a dungeon near tile, you are teleported to the obelisk on the Necropolis near map tile. From this turn onward, the difficulty of every combat encounter on the map increases by 1 till the end of the scenario. When you enter the town field on the dungeon starting tile, start combat with Lord Fate's army. Add 3 wall cards, 1 gate card, and 1 arrow tower to the enemy's side of the board. After vanquishing this enemy, read the next section. Alright, and before my turn is done, I'm going to cast Dimension Door, but I'm going to use my 2 expert level effects, which I did not do. I can do up to 3, but I didn't do any in my combat. To cast Dimension Door at 4 power, so I can move up to 3 fields away. But let me resolve first what happens at the end of that. So, at the end of combat, when I defeat an enemy hero's army, I get 2 valuables. Ba-dink, ba-dink. Add those to my stacks. And there is nothing for capturing a town in this scenario, so that was just part of my win condition, is I had to defeat that guy. But I get no prizes. Excuse me, no prizes. Anyway, I can teleport now up to 3 spaces away, and ignoring spaces in between, resolve the effect on the last one. So 1, 2, 3, we'll just go here. Okay, that is the end of round 7. Alright, we are on round 8, which is an astrologer's round. Astrologers proclaim it week of the unexpected reinforcements. Wait, I put that back down on the top. That is wrong. Astrologers proclaim it week of the friendly beaver. If you draw this card on the first astrologer's round, discard it. Immediately remove all black cubes from all locations on the map. Nice. When the Sword of Frost touches Armageddon's blade, the time on Enroth will be no longer then. Do you know that doesn't really rhyme? Okay. Black cubes removed, treasures galore. Well, not quite galore, but... Interessante. We will do... This will go here, and we will go back to here, and we will trade 3 building materials for 1 valuable, because I have an idea. Oops, forgot to draw my cards for this turn. Okay. And we will go 1, go here. You may look at the top 3 cards of your discard pile and take 1 of them back into your hand. Return the remaining cards on the top of your discard pile in any order. I'll take Dimension Door, and I will use Dimension Door to Yeah, because I have no other spell power. I'll use Dimension Door to go there. And I will pay 4 valuables to go up to level 7, 2 experience points. Check the ability deck. What dost I want? Eagle Eye. Draw cards from the spell deck until you find a basic spell card. Take it into your hand or discard it. Reshuffle the rest. Draw 2 cards from the spell deck until you find an expert spell card. Take it into your hand or discard it. Reshuffle the rest of the cards back into the spell deck. Or Fire Magic. No. I will take Eagle Eye. I'm going to use this right away as an expert effect. Draw cards from the spell deck until you find an expert spell card. Take it into your hand or discard it. Reshuffle the rest of the cards back into the spell deck. So I looked in the rulebook to see what the difference between a basic and an expert spell was, and I believe basic have a max power of 2, and experts have a max power of 4. So, well, there's Fire Shield. I will take it into my hand. Alright, now I will go here, and everything's going to flee in terror from me now because there is no level 6 encounters on this map. Deal 1 damage to an enemy with the lowest initiative. Whoa. Man, maybe I want a ballista. I'll take that. And with my final movement, I will go up here and get a valuable. I've got a few rounds to spare, so I can do some exploring. Alright, and it is going to be round 9, which is a resource round. I need my income, which is going to be 25 gold, 4 building materials, 2 valuables, and then 7 gold from my city hall. Income received, movement points flipped, cards I don't want discarded, and 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So if I ever need to draw, my Might and Magic deck needs shuffled. Let's start the journey back. We'll go up here. Look at the top 3 cards of your discard pile. Take 1 of them back into hand. Put the rest back in any order. Kind of lame. But we'll go here. Get 3 gold. Oh, there's a 3. Alright. Stop at Sanctuary. Stop here. Monsters flee in terror. So my valuables income goes up by 1, and I get 1, and I flag it. Go to the trading post. Do nothing. That was visited. That's where I started, I believe. No, that was last turn, and then the beaver removed it. But, doesn't matter. Alright, that's that round. Round 10. Astrologers proclaim it week of the Battalion Stallion. Until next Astrologer's round, each hero gains +1 movement. Yeah! And I'm going to get rid of all of these and draw 7 new ones. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Alright, so for this round I've got an extra movement point. We are actually going to cast Dimension Door, discard this for 3 spell power, play this as 1 spell power to move up to 3 spaces away, resolving the place I land on. 1, 2, 3. So I get 2 negative morale tokens, but I can only have 1 at a time. But I get 2 artifacts. So first we'll search the artifact deck twice. Titan's Gladius. Discard 1 card to gain +3 attack or instant +2 attack. A Titan stops you and says, "Pay me 5,000 gold or I shall slay you where you stand." You refuse. The Titan grabs the sword hanging from his belt, but you duck between his legs. He is so surprised at the maneuver that he trips, falling on his sword and killing himself instantly. Or Helm of the Alabaster Unicorn. Return one spell of your choice from your discard pile to your hand, or cast a spell from the top of the spell deck, discard pile, and remove this card. A traveling tinker in need of supplies offers you a helm with a unicorn's horn on its top in exchange for food and water. You accept and later find out that the helm is magical. Let's take the guy who slew himself's sword. I get 2 artifacts. So I'm going to check. Yeah, search the artifact deck. So I'll do 2 more off the top. See what I can get. That's not an artifact. Well, I know logistics is in the ability pile. So not bad. Crest of Valor. Instant. Gain a morale token or ignore effect from a field. After freeing a princess of a neighboring kingdoms from medieval clutches of a despicable slavers, she awards you with the Crest of Valor. Or Cape of Velocity. Until the end of combat, this unit gains +2 initiative, or instant, gain 2 gold. A brief stop at an improbable rural inn yields an exchange of money, tails, and accidentally luggage. You find a magical cloak in your new backpack. I will take the Cape of Velocity, of which I will use the Cape of Velocity as an instant and gain 2 gold. Alright. Then, as an expert effect, play this card after casting a spell. Instead of discarding the spell card, take it back into your hand. Oh, during this combat round. I guess I can only use that during combat. I was going to get Dimension Door back, but does not seem like it works that way. Let's try not to cheat. Alright, go here and get a positive morale token, which gets rid of my negative morale. Back down to normal movement for this guy. We'll go here, and we'll get a valuable from the leprechaun. And then we will go up here and search the spell deck. That is logistics. That is not... That's where logistics is. Shield. The defending unit gains blank against ground or flying. Or lightning bolt. Yeah, lightning bolt. Alright, now my hero... Well, this was visited. We are going to spend a movement point to go here, which will teleport me to the obelisk here. And then we will spend a movement point to go here, increasing my gold income by 5, and immediately giving me 5 gold. I will flag that. Then we will spend a movement point to go here. Cure. I could have used that earlier. Or Slayer. When attacking a gold unit, roll an attack die and apply the results, except for a -1. What? Hold on. When attacking a gold unit, roll the attack die and apply all the results except for -1. So roll it 6 times. Yeah, I'll take Slayer. And with my last movement point being my extra one, I will discover this. And let's just do like... Oh, I can't do it like that. Ugh. What am I doing? There. There we go. Okay. And that is going to be where Lord Fayette is. So, I believe that that is the end of the round. I don't want to do anything yet. I'll wait till the next resource round, I think. Actually, we'll do 3, 6, 7. Do 7 gold. 4 building material. And build a Mystic Pond just to get some extra stuff on resource rounds. Okay, that's the end of that round. Alright, round 11, which is a resource round. Flipping my tokens. I'll gather my income. Alright, I gathered my income. That's going to be 30 gold from income, 7 from the City Hall. My Mystic Pond rolled a valuable. I got 3 valuables, income, and 4 building materials. So, Add all that to my pile. This is likely the last round of this match, so let's see what we can do. First off, we'll do spend a movement point and go. No, let's slow down. Okay, let's see what monsters we can upgrade. You're already at a few. You're in neutral, so 18. That's going to be 20. Get 2 back, and a valuable. It's going to put these unicorns up to a pack. My Magi, I might have to unload them for something silver tier because 3 attack versus 4 attack and 6 health, 2 defense. Yeah, let's 15, 3, 4, 5, and then 8 gold. There's a 10 and a 1. Nope. So 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 15 puts dendroids, and I can get them to a pack. I'm not going to be using the Magi, so I'll just add them back to the stack. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pretty decent army. Okay, now that's the recruitment. Building 4, 2, and 1. So 1, 4, and 4 gold gets me a mage guild, which is search the spell deck twice. So the first search is going to yield earthquake. Ooh, I'm taking that one, I believe. And mirth. You can reroll each. Yeah, I'll take earthquake. And for search number 2, I'm not going to take mirth off the discard pile. Blind or berserk. This unit may either attack the nearest unit or move to the nearest unit and attack it. I'll take berserk. And then I will pay 5 gold to, once per your turn, search the spell deck too. Let's see what else I can get for this final battle. Precision or sorrow. Take sorrow. And let's, I guess, waste no time. 1, 2 movement points to go here. Fight Lord Fayette. Alright, I am ready, and with initiative 16, I will be first. There's an arrow tower, which has an initiative of 9, and it gets destroyed when all the walls and gates are destroyed, and it can only be attacked by ranged units. Here's my hand with all the spells that I bought, because I got them after my hand limit was exceeded, or after the start of the round, checking my hand limit. So I carry these into battle with me. Let's see, I wanted to start off. Every unit adjacent to a wall or gate obstacle suffers 1 damage. Remove all wall and gate obstacles. Well, yeah. Why? I suppose because it's rare that there's a siege, that's why it's only 2 power for that. But I'll use this as an instant and cast this at a level 2 power spell. So every unit adjacent to a wall or gate obstacle suffers a damage, and remove all wall and gate obstacles. So, bink, bink, bink. These are removed. And the arrow tower gets destroyed. So, yeah. Great. What else can I do? That was my spell for this round. I don't have a ballista, so I'll use this as an instant to deal damage to the enemy with the lowest initiative, which is going to be the zombies. And then I will discard knowledge to gain +3 attack on my gold dragons, which will go here. And their first attack is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 against defensive 1 is 8 damage to them. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're dead. And then the next attack is 2. Against defensive 1 is 1 damage. That is going to be an activation for the gold dragons. And 7, 9, 4, and 7. 9. We will do unicorns are going to attack Dread Knights. That's at 6. -1. 5 for 3 damage. They retaliate. At +1. 7, so 5 damage back to them. Youch. That's an activation. That's a retaliation. Once during each combat round, why do I keep saying round? Remove 1 damage from one of your units. I'll just remove it from those unicorns. They are up, I believe. Yes, Dread Knights are going to attack the unicorns. At +1, 7, 6 damage. So that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 1, 2 carryover. Alright. Boo. They're going to retaliate. If you roll a 0 or a +1 on the attack die, increase this unit's attack value by +1. So there is an additional damage on them. And they get +1 defense against this retaliation. So 5 is going to be 4 against 2, 3, 1 damage. Okay. That was awful. Hate those guys. But it's the last battle, so I'm not too worried about it. 7, 7, and 7. My elves are going to attack the liches. At a -1, 3, or 2 against defensive 1. Does 1 damage, and again is 1 more damage. Great job. Okay. Now with 7, 1, 2, 3, we will attack with these unicorns. 5, 6, 5 damage, so 1 puts them up to 3. 3 more. Oh, wait. On a +1, they get +1 defense. So 5 incoming. Yeah, 6. -1 is 5. -1 is 4. So we'll do 1. And then 3 carryover. Oh, they're still dead. Okay. Alright. That is an activation from the unicorns. The liches get to go, and they're going to shoot the elves. And choose an adjacent unit to the target and attack it. For the purpose of this attack, it gets, okay. They get a 0, 4, 3. That puts them down to a few. Should have kept the Magi and left the elves, I think. Oh well. That's an activation on the liches. And Dendroids. 1, 2, 3. Dread Knights can't move now. +1. 5. So 3 damage. That's going to be... So 3, 6, 7. 1 carries over. And they retaliated already. That is the end of a combat round. Wait a second. The liches had +1 defense when they they activated before the elves. No, the elves had a 7. So the liches get +1 defense for their next attack against them. I cannot forget these AI cards, man. Well, I can. I continuously do. I should not. Alright, new round. Let's do... 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll use these as instants for power. Cast a fireball to 2 adjacent spaces Deal damage to those spaces. 3 damage each. Do I want... No, I don't want to do that. I fireball my own dendroids. Okay. Okay. Let's do this instead. We'll cast this at 2 and cast a lightning bolt for 4 damage against a target. We'll do it to the Dread Knights. And a new combat round. I will take a wound off of my... And Gold Dragons. Gonna attack the Liches. -1. 5, 4, 3. So that's 2 would put them up to their 5. And 1 carries over. Liches retaliate. 4 against defensive 3, they do 1 damage. Activation retaliation. I have 7. These unicorns are going to attack the Dread Knights. At -1. 4 against defensive 2 is 2. 6. Dread Knights respond with a retaliation attack of 6. Against defensive 1 is 5. So 7 and 7. But Dread Knights are going to attack. Gold tier to gold tier. They retaliated. So I'm going to say they're going to attack the unicorns. At +1, these unicorns are dead. These were my unicorns, so whatever. It's fine. Last match. My unicorns now are going to attack the Dread Knights, which can't retaliate now. -1. Oh, the enemy rolls 2 attack die and gets the lower result. I forgot to do that. But that's still going to be enough. 4, 3, 2. So 2. Even with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, even with 2, if I would have reduced it by 1, the other attack, this would have brought it up. Dread Knights would have had +1 attack. The AI cards! The AI cards, they are important. No, wait. Why did I give the Dread Knights a turn? To kill my unicorns. Whatever. I should have went before the Dread Knights. No. I don't know. It does not matter. Let's do elves on liches. And they are at -1 from a penalty, so 2, 1 damage, nothing. That's an activation. Liches are going to attack the dragons. Haha! Cast it on the unit with the highest defense in... It'd be his army because he's... Alright, at 1 spell power. So +2 defense on the liches. +1 to the dragons. That's 4 against defensive 3. Does 1 damage. Dragons retaliate. +1. It's going to be 7. 6, 5, 4 damage. They're dead. Okay. A little bit of a sloppy end to that fight, but that's a win. Last duty. You look at the motionless body of your lord, his calm countenance strikingly contrasting the whirlwind of emotions raging within you. Great Lord Fayette, your friend. Turning him into an undead was not right, not fair. He still had so much ahead of him, so much to experience, so many stories to hear, and even more to tell. So much to... You shake your head angrily. This is not the time. Morning has to wait. There will be a better moment for it once you finish what you've started. Now you need to focus. You call Clancy to your side. It is becoming increasingly obvious to me that the Lord Fayette's death was a result of some larger plot. You close your eyes and turn away from the body. But I'm not sure whether he was killed because he was a border lord or because he was found out too much about what was going on. I would say it is planned to invade Avlee. He pauses for a moment to let the words sink in. It is rather obvious and straightforward strategy, in the confusion resulting from the death of 2 neighboring Avlee border lords. That would make sense, you interrupt him, except that the Dayan border lord across from them was also killed. It would seem if there is some plot larger than an invasion, or there is more than one thing happening here. Clancy just nods to your thinking aloud. I've decided to send what I know to the Druid High Council and ask them to forward the knowledge onto Avlee Council of Elders. I'm sending a letter to Gelu, telling him that I think Falarel and Fayette's deaths are related, and sudden dryness in your mouth makes the words stuck, and asking him to meet with me after. Voice fails you again. After I lay Lord Fayette to rest. You take a few deep breaths before continuing. I would like to learn what he knows about what is going on. I need to know. Jem served me pretty well, so I think I'm going to stick with her for the next mission. So let me build that deck now so I can reference this later. Alright, so here's going to be the 5 I choose to carry over. Air Magic, Dimension Door, Earthquake, Orb of Vulnerability, and Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment. Think I did much better that time. I don't feel like I made any major mistakes or bent any rules in my favor. Early on, Dimension Doors and a lot of treasure getting me my gold tier fast helped me feel like I steamrolled this level. Not bad. Good game. Ready for Act 3 in the future.